warrior, I woke up to a flurry of news alerts, pings, emails, different things asking my opinion about John Cena coming out onto the Oscars stage nude. I thought we were done talking about the Oscars, but apparently when I then went and read these things and scanned through them and then was inundated different media platforms all about John Cena and his nudeness. Well, I think we're missing something big right here. I don't think, and I'm sure you might agree with me, who cares about John Cena being nude? Again, a reminder that I did watch the Oscars because in order for me to comment about anything, I like to watch, hear myself. I, of course, think it's a disgusting display for a variety of reasons. And this is not about being a prude, because let me remind you again that I started out my career in the music business and have worked for decades in the entertainment business and behind the scenes, so I kind of know how everybody thinks and what goes on. Now, for instance, was there anything funny about John Cena nude holding a card in front of his private parts because he was presenting for Best Costume? I don't even find anything funny about that. Do you? Maybe you do. I don't. Second, let's just break that down a little bit. We have kids now suffering. We have a youth mental health crisis in the United States. We have over 40% of kids reporting how they don't feel good about themselves, how they're perhaps taking drugs, drinking, harmful self-behaviors because they think they don't fit in. They're watching people online and they think everybody has a wonderful life. It's always greener, right? So to see John Cena's body, which looks all chiseled and pumped up, and they're promoting a very unhealthy physical look. Now, the focus missed is, again, I want to remind you, there is a movie called Poor Things, nominated for 11 Academy Awards, 11 Oscars. It won for Best Actress starring Emma Stone. I want to point out that this movie is kind of glorifying suicide because she finds out she's pregnant and she jumps in a river. She then has the baby's brain implanted into her brain, this transhumanism, I guess, kind of grotesque, Frankenstein-ish type of thing. She goes on to grow up, even though it's a young woman's body, as this child seeking out her eventual sexuality, discovering all kinds of sexual things, having sex with the father of 2 boys. It's disgusting. I'm sorry. This is what the focus is on, and our country is exploding right now. We need to put focus. If all this attention was put, and again, I'm reminding you that I woke up to people asking my opinion, people contacting me, different media platforms focusing all on this. And yes, I'm talking about it because I want you to look at it from a different angle. If we took all of this and put these resources in our kids, in our families. I just finished an interview with ex-FBI agent, colleague Jennifer Coffindaffer, and we were talking about we need parenting classes. We need to parent up. There is a crisis among our American youth. We were talking about this recent case of these 2 girls fighting in Missouri. Maybe you saw the video where the one girl is on top of the other girl, slamming her head repeatedly into the concrete. How do kids learn this behavior? How do they learn such violence and hate? These are the issues we should be focused on, right? Mental health, parent classes, resources for parents, resources for kids, resources for teachers, the education system, and yet we're not. I can almost cry when I talk about all of this, the tough warrior that I am. So I want you to join me. Let us try very hard. Not try, let's do. Switch our focus, turn it off. We don't care about John Cena nude. Let it go. We don't care about the Oscars. Let's move on from this. But I want to use this as an example to tell you what to look for. Be very careful of this movie, Poor Things, starring Emma Stone. I know they say, well, it's for older teens and adults, but you know and I know that kids are going to tune in because right now it's streaming on Hulu, which is a division of a Disney Plus. They mix them all together. Kids are going to find it online. Raise awareness. Know what the kids are watching. Talk about it. Talk to your children. Let's start taking the devices away. Collectively, that means your device as well as the adult, the parent, the guardian, the grandparent. Families today are made up of all different types of individuals. And let us put them all down for 15 minutes and talk. Corny? I don't care. Because you know what? We have so many things to think about. We have an American dying every 3 minutes from fentanyl poisoning. It is a poison. We have open borders invasion affecting each and every community. Those children are ending up in schools, affecting your child's education, resources, and we have those children ending up sex and labor trafficked. We also have the cartels, criminal cartels working in all the communities in all 50 states, infiltrating middle and high schools, getting our American children to deal the deadly poison fentanyl and also to traffic their peers. The cartels are running the border, are running the states, and I don't hear a lot of talk about that. Yeah, there's a lot of border talk lately, but the things I'm talking about, I don't hear about. The cartels working in the school system. Much more needs to be done about fentanyl. These are the issues we need to focus on, and parenting up and looking out for other children and all doing something. And don't tell me you can't do anything, because the number one question is, what should I do? If you just leverage your platforms and use the internet for good, share a picture that we put out every day, Lynn's Warriors on X, on Facebook, stories on Instagram, our website, lynswarriors.org. If you just share some of that information, instead of putting pictures of what you ate for dinner, of here I am living the good life, here I am traveling, that's all well, fine, and good. But I remind you, community creates change. Our children are at stake. Our children are our future adults and leaders. They need us to mentor and help them. So I advise all of you, start cleaning out the distractions. Start listening to vetted platforms. Follow lynswarriors.org. Donate, volunteer, help us strengthen in your home and community. That's what we want you to look at, not the overwhelming big picture, because it is indeed overwhelming, and that's when you and society shuts down. So what we have to do, start in our own home, start in our community, and it will snowball from there. Because together we can accomplish a lot. If we isolate and listen to nonsense and the distractions, which seems to be the plan, and a lot of people are falling for, we will get nowhere fast. And remember, in all of this, our children are suffering, our teens are suffering, our young people are suffering. A reminder that 40% of children showing up in emergency rooms across the United States are 11 and under who have tried to commit suicide, self-harm. Where are they learning all this? Time to take action. Time to be a warrior.